Hi there, my name's Phyllis Solomon, and I'm a volunteer coordinator with JCA Interages, and very excited today. We have Sannidhi Gupta, who will be interviewing Amy Zitelman, and they'll tell you about themselves, and they'll go through our interview, and we're looking forward to it. So thanks very much.
Hello, I'm Sannidhi Gupta. I go to Robert Frost Middle School, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, I'm Amy Zitelman, and I went to the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School, and I am out of high school. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the owner of Soom Foods, a tahini company based here.
All right, so I wanted to start off with how you would describe your average day.
Oh, that's a great question. Well, my average day always starts with my son, Henry, yelling for me from his crib. Luckily, these days he's been sleeping past 7 a.m., so I really can't complain. But followed that by breakfast, dropping Henry off, of course, at his daycare or babysitter this year for now, and then coming into the office where I love to check in with my team, although during COVID, most of my team has been working from home. And otherwise, I'm connecting with my teammates, the people that work for me, outsourced people that we work with, and of course, clients. It's really just keeping track of Soom's goals and that each of our stakeholders are participating and helping us accomplish our goals.
That sounds wonderful. Would you say that your upbringing influenced your career path? Like, for example, did you eat tahini as a kid?
Yeah, that's a great question. So while tahini itself as an ingredient wasn't as influential in my life as it, of course, is now, I would say actually more so entrepreneurship was a huge part of my family story. Both of my parents are entrepreneurs. Three out of four of my grandparents were entrepreneurs, actually from the DC area. For those of you that are familiar, my grandfather, Harry Zitelman, was one of the owners of Baston's Restaurant, an iconic DC restaurant way back in the day. And so I think it's truly actually that example of entrepreneurship that guided me to where I am today.
Okay, so why is tahini the main aspect of Soom Foods?
So tahini has inspired us for many reasons. We were introduced to the type of tahini, the tahini that we sell, through my middle sister, Jackie, who now lives in Israel. Her husband, Omri, has been in the tahini industry for a long time. And when we were finally introduced to high quality tahini, nothing like the tahini we had access to and didn't really have much affinity for growing up, we realized that tahini could become a more popular ingredient in the American market. We were inspired by how delicious it is, by how nutritious it is, and also how versatile it is. And we really wanted to make a great ingredient like that more accessible to other consumers in the American market.
Okay, so can you go deeper into what tahini actually is?
Yes, it's a great question. Tahini is an ingredient made from 100% roasted and pressed sesame seeds. It's a common ingredient in Middle Eastern, Mediterranean, even North African cuisine. Sesame paste is also familiar in Asian cuisine, Indian cuisine as well. It's a very versatile and ancient ingredient used across cultures. In America, it's probably most familiar for its Middle Eastern application, especially used in hummus. So you can use tahini to make dips, salad dressing, sauces, marinades, but also a good tahini has a nice nutty flavor profile. So you can use it in your baked goods or to make ice cream or as a sweet topping on yogurt. It's truly goes with everything.
Okay, so I saw your book online, The Tahini Table, Go Beyond Hummus with 100 Recipes for Every Meal. So which recipe would be your favorite?
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, the recipe that definitely is most dear to my heart is a family recipe that I got to develop with my mom. It's called My Mom's Chicken, and it's a turmeric tahini sauce. That's actually, we got inspired from a recipe from the New York Times. And you use that as a marinade on chicken thighs or whatever kind of chicken you have at home, and then roast it with chickpeas and some red onion. And it really just comes together in such a delicious way. So that's probably one of my favorite recipes from the cookbook.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. Thank you so much for answering my questions.
Thank you for sharing your time with me today.
Preview.